This new moon in Capricorn is a huge opportunity. It is different than any other new moon this year. So in this video, it won't be about houses or aspects, because the best thing that you can do for yourself to utilize the energy of this most significant new moon of the year is to pick one thing. Pick the most significant thing you can think of when it comes to the story of who you are, that you know hinders you in some way, that holds you back in some way, and then make a commitment to releasing it once and for all. And I know some of you may say a full moon is for release and a new moon is for starting something new. But this new moon in Capricorn, shifting from an 8 universal year to a 9 universal year, is a one-of-a-kind opportunity urging you to recognize that a true new beginning is only possible if you are not carrying any weight around from the past. So this release is actually a new beginning. This can be a painful experience. It can be a belief about yourself. It can be a way of thinking. It can be a bad habit. Whatever it is for you. And know that releasing this means it no longer is a part of your why. Why you are who you are, why you do the things that you do, why you see the world the way that you see it, why your life is the way that it is. Instead, you are taking your power back and saying, yes, this once had a major influence in your life, but now that you have chosen to release it and give it no more energy or power, it no longer will play a part in who you are. You now realize that with each day, you have the opportunity and freedom to be the person that you know you can be without this weighing you down or defining you in any way. Capricorn is one of the most capable signs in terms of completely letting go and turning the page on something, closing the door, letting that fire burn out and just watching the dust blow away into the past. So this new moon in Capricorn is your opportunity to get a true new beginning. So on December 30th and for the 2 weeks following, that's your energetic opening to choose what you want to let go of and start your new life, seeing what you are capable of with this as a part of your past, but not a part of your present. Now, when it comes to letting something go, here are the 3 steps that I find to be most effective. Now, when you think of these 3 steps, just think ARM, A-R-M. A good way to remember this is just think you are arming yourself with the tools to let go and move on. So A represents step 1, and A stands for acknowledge and accept. And the way to acknowledge and accept is recognize what you are holding on to and accept that it has affected you. This is a foundation of letting go, fully accepting the reality of your emotions, of your thoughts or circumstances connected to the situation. Acceptance also means no longer wishing that it would have happened differently. This doesn't mean giving it a stamp of approval or that you're happy about it, but it does mean that you recognize that you cannot go back in time, you cannot change the past, so why waste any energy resisting the reality that it took place? You accept that it happened. You are still here, living and breathing after it happened, so you still have the option to move forward and live your life, although it did happen. The reason why this step is so necessary is because trying to dismiss or bury negative feelings often backfires. It causes them to persist. Acceptance creates a space for you to understand your experience without judging it or resisting it. So that's step 1, acknowledge and accept, A. Step 2 is represented by R, reflect and reframe. So instead of dwelling on the pain, consider what you can learn or how it can shape you positively. Reframing means shifting your perspective, viewing the challenge or the memory as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. View it as a way you have now learned compassion, a way to recognize that as painful as the experience may have been, it has made you stronger. Instead of the experience giving way to fear, allow it to give way to confidence. Now you know you will never let it happen again because of the experience that you have. You are better informed now. And why this is so important to do step 2 is because learning from negative experiences, that transforms them into a catalyst for growth. By finding meaning in the difficulty, you prevent it from defining you. A good practice while doing step 2 is when you do have the feeling come up or the memory come up and you start to think of the reasons why it has upset you or the reasons why it's made you angry or sad or fearful. Instead, you can think immediately, what did I learn from this? How has this made me stronger? Why am I in some way actually understanding why my soul may have had to go through this experience in order to get me to the place where I am now, which is more experienced, stronger, smarter in many ways, and equipped to never repeat the experience again. Each time you do step 2, it detaches you from the emotions that you previously had with the experience to now a new emotional understanding and perspective. So step 2, reflect and reframe. Step 3 is going to be represented by the letter M, and M stands for move forward with consistency. And the way to do this is by aligning your actions and your environment with the new path that you want. This means making daily choices that support your decision to let go. It may mean setting boundaries. It might mean having new experiences that you weren't willing to have before. It might mean finding new hobbies. It might mean getting support from a professional or a trusted friend. Letting go isn't always just one single event where it's like, I'm done with this and then it's over and it's that easy. Most of the time, actually, it's a process, but a process that is always possible, that you can absolutely do. You can absolutely let go 100%. It may just take some time, but if you commit to letting go and you follow these steps, you absolutely can do it. The consistency is key. This is why it is so beneficial to begin this process during Capricorn season and the new moon in Capricorn. The more you implement new habits of thought and action, the more you can prevent old patterns from resurfacing. Now, when we let go, we want it to be forever, of course. But let me give you a note about the word forever when it comes to letting go. Even after you take these steps, stray thoughts or painful memories might just pop up. We do have control over how we deal with thoughts when they pop up, but we don't have control of when or how or where they're gonna pop up. Sometimes they just spontaneously come to our mind. But at the moment they spontaneously come to your mind, you have a choice of what you're gonna do about that thought. When they pop up, just know it's completely normal. The goal is not to erase all traces. That would be nice if we could just erase parts of our memory, but we can't. So don't waste your time trying to do so. The goal is to change the way you process the memories or thoughts when they do pop up. It's to completely change the emotional impact and then recenter yourself when they arise. Because what you can absolutely let go of forever is your emotional connection to the experience, the way you perceive the experience. By following these 3 steps, arming yourself with the ability to let go, acceptance, reframing, and moving forward, you equip yourself to handle occasional setbacks and continue living with greater peace, a greater freedom, and you will continually strengthen your ability to let go of the things that do not serve your higher self. Let's make 2025 all it can be. Happy New Year, happy new moon. Thanks for taking the time to come and hang out with me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.